Florentino, bring CR7, the banner that echoes the soul of Real Madrid fans outside the serene gates of Valdebebas, Real Madrid's state-of-the-art training center. A single banner now flutters in the breeze. Simple in its design, powerful in its message, it reads, Florentino, bring CR7. It isn't just fabric and paint. It's memory. It's longing. It's a heartfelt call from the people who have watched greatness and now wish to witness a final chapter, the right way. Cristiano Ronaldo, a name etched into the very foundation of modern Real Madrid, left the Santiago Bernabéu in 2018, but never left the hearts of its supporters. 5 Ballon d'Or, 4 Champions League titles in white, hundreds of goals, and moments that are now history. His legacy is unparalleled. Yet for many fans, something still feels incomplete. Ronaldo didn't get the farewell he deserved. There was no standing ovation for his final goal, no tears under the stadium lights, no goodbye that matched the magnitude of his contribution. And now, a new chapter has stirred emotions once more. After cryptic hints from Ronaldo that his time in Saudi Arabia may be coming to an end, fans have seized the moment. A growing movement, starting with a single banner outside the training ground, is calling for a reunion. They want him to come home, not for a season of miracles, not for headlines, but for closure, to end his legendary journey where it peaked. This isn't about rewriting history, it's about finishing it. To many, bringing Ronaldo back isn't just a football decision, it's a gesture of gratitude, a way to honor a player who gave everything for the badge, a man who turned up in finals, in derbies, in the dying moments of impossible games, always delivering, always fighting. For the fans who cheered in his highs and despaired in his absence, seeing him retire at Real Madrid would symbolize something greater than trophies. It would mean respect. It would mean dignity. It would mean that in the world of football, loyalty still has a place. But while the message is clear from the supporters, the decision lies elsewhere. President Florentino Perez has, in the past, questioned the viability of such a move, noting Ronaldo's age and the club's long-term sporting project. But fans believe this is about more than age or form. This is about history, about preserving the legacy of a legend who shaped an era, about giving young players the chance to witness greatness up close, not just in footage or books, but in person. The banner outside Valdebebas isn't just a request, it's a quiet roar of millions, a city, a fan base, a generation, all hoping for a moment of football justice. Whether it happens or not, the sentiment will remain. Real Madrid was more than a team for Ronaldo, and Ronaldo was more than a player for Real Madrid. For now, the white banner sways quietly in the Spanish wind. But the message it carries is loud and timeless. Now, with Ronaldo dropping hints that his journey in Saudi Arabia may be nearing its end, the silence has broken. The banner at Valdebebas wasn't placed by chance. It was placed by hope. Hope that time, though relentless, may offer one last window to make things right. This isn't about the player Ronaldo is now, it's about the player he was here, and the man he has become since. It's about allowing him to return, not to prove anything, but to feel something. To walk out onto the Bernabéu turf one last time, wearing white, and hear 80,000 voices sing his name. Not in expectation, but in tribute. Fans aren't asking for goals. They're asking for closure. A short contract, a farewell tour, a testimonial match, a final goal. One last celebration under the Madrid lights. A proper goodbye. The kind befitting the man who once made the impossible feel normal and the extraordinary feel routine. For younger fans, It would be a chance to witness him not as a YouTube icon, but in the flesh. For older fans, it would be the closing of a chapter, written over a decade of triumph. For Ronaldo himself, it would be peace. To walk away, not in silence, but in applause, not in absence, but in presence. And for Real Madrid, it would be a rare moment of emotional leadership, a move that transcends strategy and speaks to soul. Because not everything in football can be calculated. Some decisions are made for legacy. Florentino Perez has always led with vision. He's overseen Galactico eras, massive rebuilds, and generational change. But even visionaries sometimes must look backward, not out of nostalgia, but out of respect. This isn't about turning Real Madrid into a museum. It's about honoring the man who helped fill it. Critics will say football has moved on, that Ronaldo has aged, that Madrid is focused on the future. But football is not just a sport of what's next. It's a sport of what's remembered. Bring him back. Let him come home. Let him finish where he belongs. It's official. Jonathan Tah joins Bayern Munich on a free transfer. A new defensive era begins at the Allianz Arena. In a move that sends a powerful message throughout the Bundesliga and beyond, Bayern Munich has officially completed the signing of German international Jonathan Tah on a free transfer. The deal, confirmed after successful medical examinations, comes at a pivotal time for the Bavarian club, signaling not just a key squad addition, but the beginning of a new chapter in the team's identity, structure, and leadership. This is not just a player acquisition, it is a statement of purpose. For years, Bayern Munich has dominated German football through tactical intelligence, relentless ambition, and structural balance. However, recent seasons have exposed vulnerabilities, particularly in the back line. Injuries, inconsistency, and a lack of long-term stability in the defensive unit have made it increasingly difficult for Bayern to maintain the airtight dominance that once defined them. The arrival of Jonathan Tah is not simply about patching holes, it's about restoring that dominance from the foundation upward. A champion's mentality joins a champion's club. Jonathan Tah comes to Bayern Munich with more than just experience. He comes with pedigree. A central figure in Bayer Leverkusen's extraordinary 2023-24 Bundesliga title-winning campaign, Tah was not only a rock in defense, but a leader in the locker room. His maturity, communication, and poise under pressure were key factors in helping Leverkusen to their first ever Bundesliga crown. And now he brings that championship DNA to Bavaria. Bayern didn't just sign a defender, they signed a mentality, a winning one, a leader who understands what it takes to go through a season with consistency, resilience, and focus. The strategic purpose, filling more than just a position. The context of this signing cannot be overstated. Bayern Munich's defense has been under pressure. Dayot Upamecano is recovering from knee surgery. Min Jae Kim is facing Achilles issues. Eric Dier has left the club for Monaco. And while Matthijs de Ligt remains an important asset, the lack of available depth and fitness has forced the club to act. Rather than scramble for a short-term fix or overpay in a frantic summer market, Bayern turned to Tah, an elite defender available on a free transfer, still in his prime, and proven in the league. It's smart business, but more than that, it's purposeful recruitment. In Jonathan Tah, Bayern sees a player who can anchor the backline for the next several years, a player who can not only start, but guide, mentor, and set the tone for those around him. It's a solution that blends short-term urgency with long-term vision. Precisely the kind of move great clubs make when they're thinking ahead. A manager's dream. Reliability, leadership, and tactical intelligence. Tah offers traits that are increasingly rare at the highest level. He's a defender who reads the game with clarity, anticipates danger, and rarely panics. His positional sense is matched by his aerial ability and his calmness on the ball. In a system like Bayern's, which demands defenders be both physical and technical, he fits naturally. Moreover, his leadership will be invaluable. He commands respect. He speaks with authority. He takes responsibility. These are not just bonuses. They're essential qualities in a team that has at times lacked vocal leaders in recent seasons. Bayern doesn't just need players who can perform, they need players who can lead, especially during crunch time in Europe, when pressure is at its peak. The bigger picture, a free transfer with massive value. In today's inflated transfer market, securing a top-tier, Bundesliga-proven international defender on a free deal is a massive win for Bayern's front office. Financially, it's a low-risk, high-reward move. But in terms of football value, it could be one of the most impactful acquisitions of the summer. Tah isn't just another name added to the squad. He's a pillar around which the club can build its next-generation defense. The fact that clubs like FC Barcelona and Real Madrid showed interest speaks volumes about Tah's caliber. That he chose Bayern, despite having other elite options, speaks volumes about the project. It shows that Bayern's vision still holds weight among Europe's elite talents, that the pull of tradition, ambition, and the chance to write your name in Bayern's storied history remains as strong as ever. Fitting into the timeline, ready for the Club World Cup and beyond. Though his contract at Leverkusen officially ends on June 30th, Bayern is working to register Tah early so he can participate in the FIFA Club World Cup starting in mid-June. That tournament, hosted in the United States, offers Bayern a chance to set the tone for the 2025-26 season and build early chemistry in competitive matches. For Tah, this is the perfect launchpad.